Dead in Hip Hop album review. Logic, Vinyl Days. Before I get into the review, this is the place where I typically give you guys a little bit of a backstory. But this is Logic. We were one of the first entities on the internet or anywhere to really give this guy any type of light. So for us to give you a background is for me to tell you to go watch all of the old videos. Just being honest. But if you do want some information, he from Maryland. You're welcome.
And like you said, I think at one point you said him and Crit were the most reviewed artists on this show, on this channel.
I'm pretty sure at once upon a time, in terms of like how many projects they released versus how many of those we reviewed, they're probably still up there. Because I think we've only missed a couple of Logic projects, and then we also did Bobby Tarantino 3 as part of the 365 last year. You know, Logic has still been in the chamber. Pretty much every time Crit drops, he's still in the chamber. I'm gonna cut right to the chase, man. Like, I really like this one. And I feel like there's a new energy behind Logic's music that I haven't felt or heard since the early mixtape days. I feel perspective of why he's rapping is a little different. And he mentioned it on this, where it feels like he's getting back to hip hop roots. But he also is a bit contradictory.
Yes.
I can't, you already know I'm bad with names. But there was one song where he's talking about, I don't just do this for the money. You know what I'm saying? I do it for hip hop. And that's why I'm saying, like, the perspective feels like it's a reinvigoration of the hip hop culture, which is what's pushing him. But then he has songs about money.
Yeah, then he has a song that says, like, I did the pop and I made 50 million doing that.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the braggadocious shit.
Yes. Yeah. And like, you know, like, I sing for the money.
Yeah, I noticed the contradiction.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, wait a minute.
There's not a lot on here, though, is it?
That's the main thing. It's the money thing. The money thing is the big contradiction on this project. Honestly, I don't care if you brag and boast about what the fuck you got, because you had to earn it. Nobody gave you shit. So I'm cool with motherfuckers bragging and boasting about it. But then don't say, like, it's not for the money, and then say I'm doing it for the money. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying. I did hear those lines, but I didn't even take it that way. Honestly, I didn't even think about it that way, because I think that's kind of been part of what he's been doing a lot lately anyway, is kind of the braggadocious money sort of thing. So I just took that as part of, like, what he rapped about.
Well, it wasn't even just the money for me. It was more so that line he was talking about specifically about doing it for hip hop, and then he actually has, I did 50 mil doing that pop sound. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember.
So I was just like, okay, so which one is it?
Which one is it?
Because I wondered if him saying that line was just validation behind him going in that direction, doing those pop sounding records. Whereas this Logic right here is the Logic that I like more than the pop sounding mainstreamy type of Logic. So I'm wondering if that was like you know, the Jay-Z line, you know, the Common Sense line or whatever. If that's him, like, yeah, I'm really good here, but I did that other sound. I made 50 mil doing that shit.
Ooh, okay.
You know, so
I'll take that bar.
I don't know, that. But there's also like Nessie Momodou.
The one from Africa.
Yeah. Wait, she did that. I got a whole lot of money. Was that her that did it? Y'all catch that?
I think I did.
It was because I was like, oh, that's crazy, because a whole lot.
She
of money.
was dope though.
Yeah, she was dope.
She was dope.
She was dope. Because what did he say that on? Yeah, that was on the interview, right?
It was the interview we had with us.
The interview.
That's what I thought. I
Yeah,
didn't know if that was
made a whole lot of money.
Yes, if she did do it in the way that he said on that interview, I thought that was kind of dope.
I did catch that too. I thought that was very coincidental.
Yeah. Because I don't know if I haven't watched all of his interviews, but I don't know if he's done it that way in a lot of other places. So.
Again, like, I feel like this was a throwback project for him. Like, to me, the production on this lent itself back to where I fell in love with Logic's music. You know what I'm saying? The beat switches that he had on here. And I definitely have to talk about the features. He featured a lot of people that I personally fuck with. Action Bronson, The Gang, Currency, Wiz, you know what I'm saying? Royce, AZ. I was just like,
even Castro, like within his crew, we were fans of Castro.
Lembo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lembo's on here. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wait, hold on. What the fuck is going on? When we decided to do it and I saw it was 30 fucking songs, I was like, oh, hell no. I ain't really want to do it.
It's bloated.
It feels like early Logic mixtape.
Because you hear Funk Master Flex throughout the whole thing.
Yes, I was going to mention that too. But like the 30 tracks didn't feel that long. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I went through the project relatively quick.
Yeah,
okay.
I do too.
Yeah, I feel like it did drag on for me, but not drag in this in the sixth sense of like, oh man, I can't get through this because this isn't good. It's just like almost just kind of fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Because like it wasn't like a bad thing per se. It's like I'll come back to it because I'm enjoying it so far. I just couldn't, you know. Nowadays it's hard to get through albums that long in a sitting, man, for me.
100%.
Because of my time.
Yeah.
Not saying that artists should not do this. I'm just saying, but for me personally, it's just kind of hard for me to get through it in one sitting.
Yeah.
Well, the last song is 10 minutes long.
Well, that's an outro, though.
That's an outro.
Which is
And he does that type of shit.
throwback.
Right, very throwback. Then he has like some skits on here, which is probably close to another 7 minutes or so. So
It's really about an hour.
yeah, well, it's an hour if you take out the last track.
That's what I'm saying.
But then you take out the skits, then it comes down to about close to
40,
50, something like
40,
that. Yeah, if you eliminated those, it's probably not as long. But yeah, I'm with you, Rod. Like you do start to get exhausted, like right around track 19. Like I just skipped the skits. But yeah, right around track 19, you do still feel that fatigue. But then the features get so dope that you like, man, you just keep listening to it. So yeah, I do like this as well. Like I said earlier.
iPad.
Yeah, I put out the iPad for this one. The beats are fucking crazy. Logic can always rap. There's never been a question about his ability to rap.
Yeah, but I feel like we were questioning the corniness of his raps. And I feel on this, I didn't get no corn. Outside of the minor contradiction that had me questioning, what is it? Is it for the money? It's not for the money. That's the only thing I had. But like, there was nothing corny on here. The way he was spitting like on clouds before the beat switch for Currency.
Therapy music I thought was really good.
Yeah, with Russ.
Yeah.
Yes.
It made me want to check out Russ.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait a minute.
I've been trying to tell y'all about Russ.
It made me really. His voice was really powerful. Like it was dope. I still think Logic out rapped him overall.
Yeah, he did.
But it made me want to listen to Russ and like, yo, like, wait a minute, this dude. I know Feefo's been talking about it, but maybe I should give him a try.
Russ has a project that has like
A
nothing
whole
but
bunch of dope features there. And I seen that, but
that's the one.
I just thought it was like one of them things where it's just
He's on there.
Oh,
now, not saying that he out rapped a lot of those features, but it's like, oh shit,
because he got like Jay Electronica and all these people on it. And I was just like,
Who is IMJ Mars? I thought he was good. I liked him.
Yeah, he was good too. Everybody featured on that one.
Shit, Langston Bristol. I never heard of that motherfucker. He rapped his ass off
all
on
the
that
features
one.
were good. I can't front. I enjoyed this one. I just had, little gripes about some things he was saying and just trying to figure it out. He made one comment on, I forgot what track it was, but he was just like, you're never gonna like, I guess, please everyone. And like, I know sometimes it could come off like he's always trying to prove something, and I don't always like that. Like when he's always just trying to prove something or whatever. Just rap, man. Just do you.
You still feel like that on this one?
I did. I know you said you didn't necessarily feel it, but I still kind of felt it on there.
Yeah, this was definitely good. It definitely took me back to very first Logic project we reviewed. I think Young Sinatra Volume 2 back in front of my townhouse or whatever. I think him and Six did a great job on the beats on here. This is definitely on him on his boom bap break beats type production, and I liked it. I think he mentioned in Black White Boy how like he didn't want to keep doing the same thing all over. And I feel like this is the sound that I think Logic sounds best and sound most comfortable over. Or at least the sound that I've enjoyed him over the most is this type of sound. And I'm not saying that, he can't do like other types of production style, rap over different type of beats. It's just,
It's not this good.
Yeah, it's not this good. Yeah, when he's rapping over these type of beats, I feel like it brings something out different in him. I ain't gonna say it was weird. I guess it was cool that he was shouting out Madlib and Dilla so much, because I don't think I've never heard him even mention their names before ever. And like, I could be wrong. He probably mentioned to him a few times in little mixtapes and albums here and there, but this one, I really felt it, and I'm like, damn, why is he talking about them so much? But
he announced a project in the works with Madlib. I don't know if y'all remember that. He did it in an interview with Fantano, where he announced that he was gonna do a project with him. It was gonna be called Magic, I think. It was.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still gonna name it that after Nas. Nas just came out with the album Magic.
But I think he combining his name and
I know, but I think people will still probably try to.
Instead of MAG, MAD.
And then Logic, Magic, and Logic, Magic.
But yeah, hearing the Dilla sirens and stuff like that, I'm like, I've never heard him go this hard over this cats before. But it was cool though. I'm like, okay, it's cool. He's bigging up to him or whatever. And it kind of made me listen to Quasi. I'm like, okay, I think his Doc D moniker I think it was inspired by that. I think before we said it was inspired by Doom, but I think the way he talked about Quasimodo, I'm like, well, shit, maybe that Doc D is really inspired from Quasimodo, because that's like Madlib alter ego rapper. I agree with you though. Yeah, 30 is definitely too much, even though it didn't feel too long. But yeah, it was definitely times where I was like, damn, I'm only on track 19. Like, you still got to get through all these or whatever.
How'd you like the words feature?
Worst feature was cool. I mean, it wasn't like mind blowing. I think all the features, Blue. I think y'all didn't mention Blue.
Ask you about that.
Blue and Exile. Like, I thought Exile on the beat. Yeah, Exile on the beat for that one was dope as hell. Blue did his thing. Like, I was shocked that I actually liked Currency and Wiz Khalifa on this album. Like, they both sounded good. Because the way that Logic was rapping on that song, particularly because it was called Breath Control. I think it was called Breath Control.
That man sped that shit up.
The fact that you can hear him having the breath control, I thought that was impressive. I was like, not really impressive, but I thought that was dope as hell, because Logic did it before in his older mixtapes. So.
And I like how they ended it going into, what the fuck is that Wiz Khalifa song?
Off of Cushion OJ. The Cushion Orange Juice. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Oh, what the fuck is the name of that song?
But it's off the Cushion Orange Juice.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of the fucking song.
But yeah, when they did that switch, I was like, oh, that shit's tight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, that ties back to the nostalgia of why I love Logic. And even like when Logic was coming up, Wiz was coming up. That's when that shit was out.
It's crazy. It's been 10 years,
bro.
Yeah.
When he was saying that, I was like, it ain't been 10 years.
Yeah, bro.
We've been doing this shit for 10 years.
Yeah,
We've been doing this shit for over 10
years. Yeah. Introducing Nessie, I thought that was a great introduction, because she kind of reminded me of, and this, I swear this is no disrespect to this artist I'm about to compare her to. She's like if Missy was a spitterific MC, if that makes sense. I can hear like if Missy was just this spitterific type of rapper, but we all know Missy can sing, do all this stuff, but like, Missy wasn't like really known for like being creative. Like a super. But Nessie reminds me of like, oh shit, this is a spitterific Missy right here. She was dope as fuck. But so that was a great introduction one. But when I listen to Logic projects, it's always the Young Sinatras. It's always like the ones I go to for the most part if I'm in a Logic mood, and then this one would probably be up there as well. Now it's like, this is the pocket I want him to stay in. Like, this is it. I felt like the Needle Drop one was a little odd. Like
LaDonda. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
I was going to ask y'all, how did y'all feel about that track? Him, I guess, saying that about a music critic.
Actually, was listening to Fantano respond to it. I don't think I felt any kind of way about it. I think I've seen that Fantano's been, pretty hard on his stuff. So I think that's probably why, he reacted the way he did to it. But I don't think I felt any kind of way about it. I will say that I think there was definitely a missed opportunity to have Feefo as a skit on here. Especially out of all the 10 years, you got Needle Drop on here. Feefo as a voicemail, I thought would have been really
someone
dope.
That's been praising his music early on, like big time.
Yeah. That hit me last night when I was listening to it. And I was like, you know what? I think he missed the mark on that one. That's what I'll add to that. But outside of that, I think everything else was good. What did you think about the Portal 1 Trap B.
It was that was cool. That was another one that was cool. I didn't expect to hear him and do a joint with Riz on here. That was straight.
He had a lot of like artists on here I really didn't expect him to rap with. But he sounded good rapping alongside a lot of those artists too.
Because like you said, he is a student of the game.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned it. I don't know if it got cut under or anything like that. But he definitely, you could tell he's definitely a student.
Like I wasn't disappointed with none of these features on here. Like I feel like all these features, it's like they came, they understood the assignment.
Yep.
And they did their thing.
What about the game?
Bro, I'm ready for Game's album, dog. Like,
30 tracks?
Who has 30
Games?
tracks?
Game.
He brought out the list already?
That's been all over Twitter. 30 track. Everybody know that it's about
Well, he did the double album that time, so
but it was separate though. Yeah.
The first time
Game killed
I
that
listened to it, I wasn't that too hot on it. It wasn't bad. The more I heard, I was like, oh nah.
It's the way he approached the track.
Yeah, man.
It's the way he approached the track.
Yeah. He had a really good approach to it. I really fuck with it.
I love the range of the features, and to me, like that's one thing I told him to to his face, that he's such a diverse hip hop artist, right? Like he could do trap music, he could do boom bap, he could do the newer style of shit. Like he could do it all. So why not get artists that fit that? So why not go to boom bap with Blue and Exile? Why not get a slightly newer shit with Game on it? Why not do just a rapidy rap track with Action Bronson? And all of that shit sounds amazing, because very few guys in hip hop that can, it doesn't matter the feature. And that's why I liked all of the features that were on here, because if this is the first time listening to Logic, no, it wouldn't have made sense. But if you were with Logic since the Young Sinatra days and you heard all of the music and then you saw where he went, for him to come back here, this is home.
Yeah.
This is home for Logic.
Yeah.
You think this is his last album on Def Jam? Because
he alluded to
so
it.
this was a Def Jam release.
I thought this is a Def Jam release?
he said it.
Yeah, it says
he
Def
said it
Jam
on the
on
album. Like, it's my last album on the Def Jam and something. And it makes me think.
I thought
like,
he was saying off of this is my being off of it.
Oh, this is Def Jam. I thought he was done with Def Jam.
That's what I thought too. That's what I thought when he retired after No Pressure. So it made me think like maybe Def Jam like, ho, you still got one more album on that contract. And maybe that's why he's releasing this. That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because he probably was done with rap and was like, yeah, I'm finished, whatever. No Pressure, my last album.
Because he cussed their ass out on here.
Yeah, and Def Jam probably was like, no, you got one more.
Which is interesting because his Def Jam deal was very artist friendly. They gave him full creative control. No ID was the person that brought him to Def Jam and stuff like that. So, but I feel like record labels switch up too.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
If your buzz isn't as hot, they're not pushing you or care about you as much. And I could definitely see that. And then here's the other thing too. If this was on Def Jam's dime, it makes sense to get them to pay for all of these features.
That, what else I started thinking about too, that I guess I didn't really think about before is like some of the directions he's gone in. Not just could be Def Jam, but just him wanting to stay, I don't know, expand his audience or whatever. So I was just like, I never really thought about that perspective of kind of exploring different sounds and stuff like that to show and prove your worth to Def Jam, with expanding the sound. So I don't know, man. This album really made me think about him slightly different. You know what I'm saying? In the hip hop game, you can easily get caught up in what everybody's talking about and the perception of him and all of that. And sometimes that can slightly change, your perception of music as well. I know it happens with Drake a lot, and I typically don't fall into that because I don't fall into that with the Drake stuff. But it definitely made me. It's probably this album that made me go back to why I actually like Logic. Yep. So yeah, I do wish he did acknowledge us a little bit more, like Ken said with the voicemail and all that. To have so many different people on here, like it is a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Because we've had so many interactions with him over the years, so it's just like I don't know. It's kind of odd. I don't understand it personally.
I don't need the acknowledgement of that end, but I was just thinking about in terms of the album and the voicemails that he had on here. I was just thinking, in addition to that, having Feefo on here to chronicle that 10-year span, I think that was a missed opportunity. And it didn't really hit me until I heard the needle drop. Because, I know we've been, there are albums we liked and albums we didn't like. And so, thinking about this critically in terms of the album, having Feefo on here as part of that 10-year journey just would have made sense.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But I think in addition to that, for me personally, because we've been so tied to him throughout the history of Logic, like Feefo said, like we were one of the first outlets to review his project. Go to each show he came to in Atlanta. Maybe like we may have missed one of the shows that he might have came here, but pretty much anytime he's come to Atlanta, we went to the show and then talked to him afterwards or whatever. So it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. I'd be lying if I didn't say that it wasn't, that I didn't feel that. But, it is what it is. People have their own reasons of what, why they do or don't do what they do. But it did make me wonder, though. I will say that.
Favorite tracks for me are In My Lifetime, Black White Boy, Give Me Clouds, Therapy Music, Breath Control, and Give Me I Guess I Love It.
This is a little difficult, man. Decades, Clouds, that Currency feature was really good. Therapy Music, Kick Style, shit.
Go for it, man.
Give me I Guess I Love It with featuring The Game. But I really wanted to put Introducing Nessie because I thought that was dope. So that's 6. Got my Feefo on for a minute.
It's 30.
Give me Clouds. Currency's on the run right now. Currency is on the run.
I think we need to put him back on the channel. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Therapy Music, Breath Control, paying attention to Wiz. He's slowly kind of coming back in here, so I'm starting to take notice. Kick Style, that shit was really fucking dope. And let me get Orville.
Favorite tracks give me Decades, Clouds, Therapy Music, Breath Control, and Introducing Nessie.
I was about to say, you talked about that one pretty highly. So
Yeah, Introducing Nessie was really good too.
All right, Logic, if you're watching, I know I've been pretty harsh.
to say the least.
Hey, look, no politics, no BS. You know what I'm saying? I've been that way from the moment we started this thing. I'm always gonna be that way. So every time that I talk to you in these moments is just me being honest, and I feel like this right here feels like growth, but at the same time nostalgic. I don't know. I feel like in the music, at some point in time, you lost your way because it didn't feel like it was about hip hop no more. Like it felt like it's about a lot of other different things that you were going on in your life. And I get it, music is a reflection of self, but at its core, what was it about? And I feel like this project feels like this is about hip hop, for a multitude of reasons that I already said in the review. From the production that you chose, the features that you chose, the execution of this thing. I really like this. It's a bit long, but I fuck with it because it's good.
Yeah, man, this is a dope project. I wouldn't even say surprisingly dope because we all here know you have it in you. It really is an enjoyable listen. Like I've said in the review, it is a little long for me. So, but it's not necessarily a bad long. It's like a I'm gonna have to come back to it when I sit down again type of long. But yeah, man, like it was hard for me to put together a 5 because it's so many different dope tracks on here. I agree with Feefo, regarding the growth. It does sound like growth here. I hope you continue to stay on the path of growth. I just hope that you find some peace, man, and not let comments, no matter where they're coming from, get to you so much. You know what I'm saying? I know for some people that fuels people, but I don't know. It doesn't always come off right when you're trying to prove yourself to someone. But nah, man, for the most part though, like I really like what you brought here. I like the features, beat selection. You've always been good with that. And I think that's probably why you've gotten some of the criticism from us in the past, because we know we prefer some of the other stuff. But as Feefo said as well, like it's definitely understandable of you wanting to branch out with other sounds. Being under a label or have a label backing, you may want to play with different sounds. So I totally get that. And look, stuff like this, man, I'm definitely looking forward to. So continue doing you, man. Much more success to you. Thanks for another good project.
Yeah, this was good. I like the last one. Feefo mentioned it earlier. Bobby Tarantino 3. I like this way more. This is a sound and a rap style that I like and I prefer. And I've always felt that you were really, really, really strong and dope here. And it's good to get more of that type of music from you, along with a lot of dope features and dope beat selections. I thought that was really, really good. You know, it's interesting. We had a conversation on Is the Myke Still On, which will probably be out by the time this come out, about Not For Me versus I Don't Like. You know, and I think in some of your albums, I think there are albums that are not for me. And there are also some albums I just don't like. But I think since you're so versatile and have so much range, you're gonna do stuff that's just not for me. But this right here is stuff that I like and I fuck with heavy, and I always have. I think it's long in terms of volume, but when you take away some of those tracks when we were talking about it earlier, in terms of length of time, is clocking in right about 50 minutes, but it's still a lot of tracks. That's it. I think all the songs were, for the most part, dope, and you know, that's where we are. So good shit.
You know, good project, man. I think you did great at having the features come in and do their thing. No one slouch. I feel like you didn't slouch as a rapper. You definitely played with a lot of different flows. I don't know, man. There's something about you over these boom bap break beats that just bring something out in you, man. This is what I'm here for. Whenever you rap over, you know, these type of beats. So, you know, I hate to be the one that say that. I know you don't want to keep doing the same thing, but as you can see, a lot of us in here like you staying in this type of lane right here. So, you know, if you come out with something like this again, I hope the production wise, it will be in this kind of arena, because you and Six did y'all thing on these beats. So yeah, keep it up.